Hello everyone and welcome back to another Unreal tutorial with Nordic Legacy Studios. And today I'm going to show you how you can easily save your current player position using the point and click toolkit. We will work with some blueprints. For example, we would use the point and click character and make some changes in there. And we will also use the game instance and make a function in there. And a couple of other blueprints, which we will do some minor modifications to. So let's get to it. To begin with, we will need to have a basic scene set up, and I will be using one of my scenes from my previous tutorial. You can use whatever you like, of course. The only thing we will need is an advanced camera, a PNC character, a scene manager, and a nav mesh bounce volume so that we can move around with our character. So let's now enter our first blueprint and make some changes to that one. So let's search for PNC save game. BP PNC save game and enter that one. And in here we are going to make some variables which we will be use for our current player position later. So add a plus here, and this first one will be for our level. So we will name this one current level, and this one we will change to name, and another one and call it location, and obviously this will be for our player location in the scene, and this one will be a vector, and then we will have one also for rotation, which can be nice to know the rotation of our character when we save. So we will change this to a rotator. And finally we will also need one for the camera, and I will name this one view target. And here I will choose the advanced camera because that's the one I'm using. I will also decide some default values here. I will change this to my current level. So I will see here my current level is named, which I'm using is save position test scene. So I will go here and write that here. Like so, and compile. So we can minimize this. And then we are going to search for our game instance. Game instance PNC is the one. So get in there. And in here we're going to make a function. So to do that we will go here under function and go under plus. And I will name this one get level name. So we will go under game and drag out a game slot. So this is where everything will be saved into the game slots, so we are getting some information from them. So drag out and search for does save game exist? And if it does, we want to load it. So add a branch and connect it to the return value. And copy paste the game slot again. And drag out. And search for load save game from slot and add it to the true. And then we are going to get some information here from the PNC save game. So we will cast to it, cast to BP PNC. This is the one. And in here we added a bunch of variables, so we will get them now. The first one was for the level. So search for current, get current level, and we had the location, get location, we have the rotation, and finally the view target for the camera. And we will also need a return node, add return node like this, and we will connect this one in here. And we can just now drag these variables like this, add pin to node, and do it with all of them. Like so. So this is the function which we will be using. So now we can minimize this. Next thing we will do is to enter a function library called bpfl save game. Get in there. And here you will search for something in the functions, save, and save game autosave. So this one will run each time we go into the menu and press save game. And we will go here and follow these lines here until we come to the complete and save game to slot. And just before this node we will add a bunch of stuff. The first thing we will do is right click and get current level name. And then we will drag out and search for our PNC 3D player character and cast to that class. And here we will go for it again. We will get actor of class and connect it here. And then we will go to our local variables. And here you should have something called loaded save game, which is a reference to the BP PNC save game, this one, which we added these variables. So go back to the BPFL save game, and here you will drag out the save game, the loaded save game, get it, and then we will first search for the first variable, which was called current level, and we will set it. And from here we will drag out the return value and connect it to the current level, like so. And we also had the location, so we can add a reroute here to make it look a little bit nicer, and search for location, and we will set it, set location. And here we will drag out from our PNC character because we want to have the character's position. So drag out and get actor transform, and we will split struct pin, and here we have the return value for the location and connect it into the location. And another reroute from the loaded save game, and we have the rotation as well. Set rotation, connect it, and here we have the rotation and connect it like this. And lastly we also have the view target, set view target for the camera. And to get the camera we will right click here first, get PNC player controller, and get view target, and then cast to the camera, cast to BP advanced camera, and connect it. You can also, if you like, because we don't need these execution pins, so you can right click this node here and then convert to pure cast to remove them, like so. And finally we will connect it here, and you can disconnect this one holding the Alt key and left click. And we will also remember to connect it here, and we will see that it is connected properly. We have the current level, the location, rotation, and the view target for the camera, which we are getting from our 3D player character depending on where he is moving in the world. So I think we are done in this thing here, and we will go and do the last thing in our 3D player character. Next up we will go to the BPPNC character, and in here go to the event graph and to event begin play. And here we would like to access the game instance, so right click and search for game instance. Get PNC game instance is the one we are using. And if you remember, in the game instance we made a function called get level name, and that it is the one we would like to access now. So go back to the PNC character and drag out and search for get level name, and here we have it. Connect it, and then search for PNC get PNC character, and then drag out and search for set actor transform, and right click on the new transform, split struct pin, and here we will connect everything. Location to new transform location, rotation to new transform rotation, and connect it. I will also check the teleport here. And then if you would like, you can have a small delay. I will use it like so. And then I will right click and search for PNC player controller, and then set view target with blend, which is for the camera. And what is the new view target? That is decided depending on which one is active when we save, so we will drag out from the function here and into the new view target. And we will compile, and we will then be ready to test this and see if it's working. So minimize this. So we will press play and see what happens. And you can see here that our character has moved because he was standing here facing the house, and now he's facing this direction. And I will explain why that is. So if we go and search for the PNC save game and go in here, you can see here on location we didn't add any default values because it's 0, 0, 0 on the rotation location, and that's the reason why he's positioned here. So we will fix it, and we will go here to the location, and we will see our PNC character. His location for the X value is -164. So we will copy paste this value, and we will make sure there is it's a minus here, and we have the Y value, copy paste, and the Z value, and the same for rotation. It is the 97. Go to rotation on the Z value and press enter. And now let's test it again. Press play. He seems to be at the right position. We will walk into the house, and now we want to test our function with the position, so we will go here to the cross here and to get up the menu and press the save game, resume game, and stop it. We will press play again, and our character is facing the right direction, and he has moved into the house where we left him. And that's it for this tutorial. If you think these videos are useful to you, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and add a comment below and tell me what you would like to see next. See you again!